We're preparing to go live. This webinar is being live streamed. All right, welcome. Welcome, everyone. I just need to get the recording going. And yes. Okay, recording is recording. Yes, hi. I'm Paul Sugarman. This is the Instant Shakespeare Company. Okay, yep, I thought so. And today we are reading the third part of Henry VI. And we have 7 of us to read it, and they're like a whole lot of characters. So we all have a lot to do. I'm going to be I'm delivering my mail, but I'm also going to try and do the messenger and a few other parts as well, including Norfolk, the tutor, Oxford, Mayor of York, but mostly messengers. And just one thing to be aware of, some of the times that the way English place names are spelled do not necessarily reflect the way they should be pronounced. For although it is spelled Warwick, and you might think is Warwick, it's not. It's Warwick. Warwick is how that's pronounced. Gloucester, even though it's spelled Gloucester, it's just pronounced Gloucester. Also, another note in the folio that we're working from, a lot of times when we have iambic pentameter words with an ed at the end, sometimes it might just be pronounced as a separate syllable, like solved or just solved. But generally in the folio, if there's an apostrophe D, then you don't pronounce it as a separate syllable. But if it is spelled out ED, generally it is a separate syllable. So, this is the Instant Shakespeare Company. This is our 27th season of doing readings of all of Shakespeare's plays. And the most important thing is to have fun with the text, because this is, I think, a really exciting story with a lot of good stuff in it. And so let me just introduce our company and we'll begin. And Angus.
Hi, Angus Epplin from London. I'll be reading stage directions and about 15% of the other people. I'm not going to list them all. We'll be here all afternoon.
Okay.
You'll find out as the play goes on.
Yep. And Jennifer. You're muted, Jennifer.
Sorry about that. I'm Jennifer Fingram, Houston, Texas. I'm reading the woes of Henry VI, Lady Bona, Rutland, and Gabriel.
All right. And Kevin.
Hello, my name is Kevin McGrath. I'm in Anaheim, California, and I will be reading 5 characters.
Okay. Most prominent being Richard of Gloucester. And Kitty.
Hi, I'm Kitty Chen. I'm from New York City, and I'm reading Warwick and a son, and some part of a son, and Prince Edward.
Yep. Okay. And Eleanor.
Hi, I'm Eleanor Elizabeth Foreman. I'm playing Queen Margaret, Montague, Lady Grey, who becomes queen also, Humphrey, a nobleman.
Okay. And we also have, who we can't see, Ken.
Yes, Kenneth Wayne, coming from Brooklyn, New York. I'm doing Edward, later King Edward, Clifford, Stafford, who I believe is a non-speaking part, and the third watch.
Okay. All right. And I believe that's everybody. Or did I miss somebody?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then let us begin. We're in the scene when we have our camera and video on when we're in the scene, and turn it off when we're not. And so here we have the third of Henry VI.
Henry VI, Part 3 by William Shakespeare. Let me get my script up. Act 1, Scene 1. Alarms. Enter Plantagenet, Edward, Richard, Norfolk, Montague, Warwick, and soldiers.
I wonder how the king escaped our hands.
While we pursued the horsemen of the north, he slyly stole away and left him. For the great lord of Northumberland, whose warlike ears could never retreat, cheered up the drooping army and himself. Lord Clifford and Lord Stafford, all abreast, charged our main battle's front, and breaking in, were by the swords of common soldiers slain.
Lord Stafford's father, Duke of Buckingham, is either slain or wounded dangerous. I cleft his beaver with a downright blow. That this is true, father, behold his blood.
And brother, here's the Earl of Wiltshire's, Wiltshire's blood, whom I encountered as the battles joined.
Speak thou for me and tell them what I did.
Richard has best deserved of all my sons, but is your grace dead, my lord of Somerset?
Such hope have all the line of John of Gaunt.
Thus do I hope to shake King Henry's head.
And so do I, victorious Prince of York. Before I see thee seated in that throne, which now the house of Lancaster usurps, I vow by heaven these eyes shall never close. This is the palace of the fearful king, and this the regal seat. Possess it, York, for this is thine, and not King Henry's heirs.
Assist me then, sweet Warwick, and I will, for hither we have broken in by force.
We'll assist you. He that flies shall die.
Thanks, gentle Norfolk. Stay by me, my lords, and soldiers, stay and lodge by me this night. And they go up.
And when the king comes, offer him no violence, unless he seek to thrust you out perforce.
The queen this day here holds her parliament, but little thinks we shall be of her counsel by words or blows. Here let us win our right.
Armed as we are, let's stay within this house.
The bloody parliament shall this be called, unless Plantagenet, Duke of York, be king, and bashful Henry depose, whose cowardice hath made us bywords to our enemies.
Then leave me not, my lords, be resolute. I mean to take possession of my right.
Neither the king nor he that loves him best, the proudest he that holds up Lancaster, dare stir a wing if Warwick shake his bells. I'll plant Plantagenet, root him up who dares. Resolve thee, Richard, claim the English crown.
To flourish, enter King Henry, Clifford, Northumberland, Westmoreland, Exeter, and the rest.
My lords, look where the sturdy rebel sits, even in the chair of state. Belike he means, backed by the power of Warwick, that false peer, to aspire unto the crown and reign as king. Earl of Northumberland, he slew thy father and thine Lord Clifford, and you both have vowed revenge on him, his sons, his favorites, and his friends.
If be not heavens, be revenged on me.
The hope thereof makes Clifford mourn in steel.
What, shall we suffer this? Let's pluck him down. My heart for anger burns. I cannot brook it.
Be patient, gentle Earl of Westmoreland.
Patience is for poltroons such as he. He durst not sit there had your father lived. My gracious lord, here in the parliament, let us assail the family of York.
Well, hast thou spoken, cousin, be it so.
Know you not the city favors them, and they have troops of soldiers at their back?
But when the Duke is slain, they'll quickly fly. They'll quickly fly.
Far be the thought of this from Henry's heart, to make a shambles of the Parliament House. Cousin of Exeter, frowns, words, and threats shall be the war that Henry means to use. Thou, factious Duke of York, descend my throne and kneel for grace and mercy at my feet. I am thy sovereign.
I am thine.
For shame, come down. He made thee Duke of York. York, that you
Was my father's with my inheritance as the earldom was.
Thy father was a traitor to the crown.
Exeter, thou art a traitor to the crown in following this usurping Henry.
Whom should he follow but his natural king?
True, Clifford, that's Richard, Duke of York.
And shall I stand and thou sit in my throne?
It must and shall be so. Content thyself.
Be Duke of Lancaster, let him be king.
He is both King, Duke of Lancaster, and that the Lord of Westmoreland shall maintain.
And Warwick shall disprove it. You forget that we are those which chased you from the field and slew your fathers, and with colors marched through the city to the palace gates.
Yes, Warwick, I remember that to my grief, and by his soul, and thou and thy house shall rue it. Plantagenet, to thee and thy sons, thy kinsmen and thy friends, I'll have more lives than drops of blood were in thy father's veins.
Urge it no more, lest that instead of words I send thee, Warwick, such a messenger as shall revenge his death before I stir.
Poor Clifford, how I scorn his worthless threats.
Will we show our title to the crown, if not our swords shall plead it in the field?
What title hast thou, traitor to the crown? My father was as thou art Duke of York, thy father Roger Mortimer, Earl of March. I am the son of Henry V, who made the Dauphin and the French to stoop and seized upon their towns and provinces.
Talk not of France, sith thou hast lost it all.
The Lord Protector lost it, and not I. When I was crowned, I was but 9 months old.
You are old enough now, and yet methinks you lose. Father, tear the crown from the usurper's head.
Sweet father, do so. Set it on your head.
Good brother, and thou lovest and honorest arms. Let's fight it out and not stand cavilling thus.
Sound drums and trumpets, and the king will fly.
Sons, peace.
Peace thou, and give King Henry leave to speak.
Plantagenet shall speak first. Hear him, lords, and be you silent and attentive too, for he that interrupts him shall not live.
Thinkst thou that I will leave my kingly throne where my grandsire, my father, sat? No. First shall war on people this my realm, I and their colors often born in France, and now in England to our heart's great sorrow shall be our winding sheet. Why faint you, lords? My title's good and better far than his.
Prove it, Henry, and thou shalt be king.
Henry IV by conquest got the crown.
'Twas by rebellion against his king.
I know not what to say. My title's weak. Tell me, may not a king adopt an heir?
What then?
And if he may, then am I lawful king. For Richard, in the view of many lords, resigned the crown to Henry IV, whose heir my father was, and I am his.
He rose against him, being his sovereign, and made him to resign his crown perforce.
Suppose, my lords, he did it unconstrained. Think you 'twere prejudicial to his crown?
No, for he could not so resign his crown, but that the next heir should succeed and reign.
Art thou against us, Duke of Exeter?
His is the right, and therefore pardon me.
Why whisper you, my lords, and answer not?
My conscience tells me he is lawful king.
All will revolt from me and turn to him.
Plantagenet, for all the claim thou layest, think not that Henry shall be so disposed.
Disposed he shall be in despite of all.
Thou art deceived. 'Tis not the southern power of Essex, Norfolk, Suffolk, nor of Kent, which makes thee thus presumptuous and proud, can set the Duke up in despite of me.
King Henry, be thy title right or wrong, Lord Clifford vows to fight in thy defence. May that ground gape and swallow me alive, where I shall kneel to him that slew my father.
Oh, Clifford, how thy words revive my heart.
Henry of Lancaster, resign thy crown. What mutter you? What conspire you, lords?
Do right unto this princely Duke of York, or I will fill the house with armed men, and over the chair of state, where now he sits, write up his title with usurping blood.
And he stamped his foot, and the soldiers show themselves.
My lord of Warwick, hear but one word. Let me for this my lifetime reign as king.
Confirm the crown to me and to mine heirs, and thou shalt reign in quiet whilst thou livest.
I'm content. Richard Plantagenet, enjoy the kingdom after my decease.
What wrong is this unto the prince your son?
What good is this to England and himself?
Base, fearful, and despairing Henry.
How hast thou injured both thyself and us?
I cannot stay to hear these articles. Nor I.
Come, cousin, let us tell the queen these news.
Farewell, faint-hearted and degenerate king, whose cold blood no spark of honor bides. Be thou prey into the house of York, and die in bands for this unmanly deed.
In dreadful war mayst thou be overcome, or live in peace abandoned and despised.
Turn this way, Henry, and regard them not.
They seek revenge, and therefore will not yield.
Ah, Exeter.
Why should you sigh, my lord?
Not for myself, Lord Warwick, but my son, whom I unnaturally shall disinherit. But be it as it may, I here entail the crown to thee and to thine heirs forever, conditionally that thou take an oath to cease this civil war, and whilst I live, to honor me as thy king and sovereign, and neither by treason nor hostility to seek to put me down and reign thyself.
This oath I willingly take, and will perform.
Long live King Henry! Plantagenet, embrace him.
Long live thou and these thy forward sons.
Now York and Lancaster are reconciled.
Accursed be he that seeks to make them foes.
Senate, here they come down. Farewell, my gracious lord. I'll to my castle.
And I'll keep London with my soldiers.
And I to Norfolk with my followers.
And I unto the sea from whence I came.
And I with grief and sorrow to the court.
Enter the queen.
Here comes the queen, whose looks betray her anger. I'll steal away.
Exeter, so lie.
Nay, go not from me, I will follow thee.
Be patient, gentle queen, and I will stay.
Who can be patient in such extremes? A wretched man! Would I had died a maid, and never seen thee, never borne thee son, seeing thou hast proved so unnatural a father. Hath he deserved to lose his birthright thus? Hadst thou but loved him half so well as I, or felt that pain which I did for him once, or nourished him as I did with my blood, thou wouldst have left thy dearest heart blood there, rather than have made that savage Duke thine heir, and disinherited thine only son.
Who's the prince?
Oh, Father. Prince Edward?
Yes, that is. Sorry, Kitty.
Yeah. You cannot disinherit me. If you be king, why should not I succeed?
Pardon me, Margaret. Pardon me, sweet son. The Earl of Warwick and the Duke enforced me.
Enforced thee. Art thou king, and wilt be forced? I shame to hear thee speak. A timorous wretch, thou hast undone thyself, thy son, and me, and given unto the house of York such head as thou shalt reign but by their sufferance. To entail him and his heirs into the crown, what is it but to make thy sepulchre, and creep into it far before thy time? Warwick is chancellor, and the lord of Calais. Stern Falconbridge commands the narrow seas. The Duke is made protector of the realm, and yet shalt thou be safe. Such safety finds the trembling lamb, environed with wolves. Had I been there, which am a silly woman, those soldiers should have tossed me on their pikes before I would have granted to that act. But thou preferst thy life before thine honor. And seeing thou dost, I here divorce myself, both from thy table, Henry, and thy bed, until that act of Parliament be repealed, whereby my son is disinherited. The northern lords that have forsworn thy colours will follow mine if once they see them spread, and spread they shall be to thy foul disgrace and utter ruin of the house of York. Thus do I leave thee. Come, son, let's away. Our army is ready. Come, we'll after them.
Stay, gentle Margaret, and hear me speak.
Thou hast spoke too much already. Get thee gone.
Gentle son Edward, thou wilt stay me?
Aye, to be murdered by his enemies.
Kitty?
This prince. Okay. When I return with victory to the field, I'll see your grace. Till then, I'll follow her.
Come, son, away. We may not linger thus.
Poor queen, how love to me and to her son hath made her break out into terms of rage. Revenge she may be on that hateful duke, whose haughty spirit, winged with desire, will cost my crown. And like an empty eagle, tire on the flesh of me and of my son. The loss of those three lords torments my heart. I'll write unto them and entreat them fair. Come, cousin, you shall be the messenger.
Who's Exeter?
Who's Exeter?
And I hope, shall reconcile them all. And they exit. Act 1, Scene 2. There's a flourish. Enter Richard, Edward, and Montague.
That's Kevin, I think.
Richard.
Kevin, you're Richard.
He's gone. He's not even showing on the list. Brother, though I be youngst, give me leave.
No, I can better play the orator.
Montague.
But I have reason strong and forcible.
Enter the Duke of York.
Oh, that's...
Why, how now, sons and brother at a strife? What is your quarrel? How began it first?
No quarrel, but a slight contention.
About what?
I'll do it. About that which concerns your grace and us, the crown of England, father, which is yours.
Mine boy? Not till King Henry be dead.
Your right depends not on his life or death.
Now you are heir, therefore enjoy it now. By giving the house of Lancaster leave to breathe, it will outrun you, father, in the end.
I took an oath. and he should quietly reign.
But for a kingdom, any oath may be broken. I would break 1,000 oaths to reign 1 year.
No, God forbid your grace should be forsworn.
I shall be if I claim by open war.
I'll prove to the contrary if you'll hear me speak.
Thou canst not, son, it is impossible.
An oath is of no moment, being not took before a true and lawful magistrate that hath authority over him that swears. Henry had none, but did usurp the place. Then seeing 'twas he that made you to depose, your oath, my lord, is vain and frivolous. Therefore to arms. And father, do but think, how sweet a thing it is to wear a crown, within whose circuit is Elysium and all the poets feign of bliss and joy. Why do we linger thus? I cannot rest until the white rose that I wear be dyed even in the lukewarm blood of Henry's heart.
Richard, enough! I will be king or die. Brother, thou shalt to London presently, and whet on Warwick to this enterprise. Thou, Richard, shalt to the Duke of Norfolk, and tell him privily of our intent. You, Edward, shall unto my Lord Cobham, with whom the Kentishmen will willingly rise. In them I trust, for they are soldiers, witty, courteous, liberal, full of spirit. While you are thus employed, what resteth more? But that I seek occasion how to rise, and yet the king not privy to my drift, nor any of the house of Lancaster. Enter Gabriel. But stay, what news? Why comest thou in such post?
The queen, with all the northern earls and lords, intend here to besiege you in your castle. She is hard by with 20,000 men, and therefore fortify your hold, my lord.
I with my sword. What, thinkst thou that we fear them? Edward and Richard, you shall stay with me. My brother Montague shall post to London. Let noble Warwick, Cobham, and the rest, whom we have left protectors of the king, with powerful policy strengthen themselves, and trust not simple Henry nor his oaths. Montague. Eleanor, you're muted.
Brother, I go. I win them, fear it not. And thus most humbly I do take my leave.
Montague exits. Enter Mortimer and his brother. Sir John and Sir Hugh Mortimer, mine uncles, you are come to Sandal in a happy hour. The army of the Queen mean to besiege us. Sir John.
She shall not need. We'll meet her in the field.
What, with 5,000 men?
Aye, with 500, father, for a need. A woman's general. What shall we fear?
A sound
I
march
hear-
is not far off.
I hear their drums. Let's set our men in order and issue forth and bid them battle straight.
5 men to 20. Though the odds be great, I doubt not, uncle, of our victory. Many a battle have I won in France, when as the enemy has been 10 to 1. Why should I not now have the like success? Alarm sounds, and they exit. Act 1, Scene 3. Enter Rutland and his tutor.
Whither shall I fly to escape their hands? Tutor, look where bloody Clifford comes.
Chaplain, away. Thy priesthood saves thy life. As for the brat of this accursed duke, whose father slew my father, he shall die. And I, my lord, will bear him company. Soldiers, away with him.
Clifford.
Yeah, okay.
Clifford, murder not this innocent child, lest thou be hated both of God and man.
And he exits.
How now, is he dead already? Or is it fear that makes him close his eyes? I'll open them.
So looks the pent-up lion or the wench that trembles under his devouring paws. And so he walks insulting o'er his prey, and so he comes to rend his limbs asunder. That gentle Clifford, kill me with my sword, and not with such a cruel, threatening look. Sweet Clifford, hear me speak before I die. I am too mean a subject for thy wrath. Be thou revenged on men and let me live.
In vain thou speak'st, poor boy. My father's blood hath stopped the passage where thy word should enter.
Then let my father's blood open it again. He is a man, and Clifford cope with him.
Had I thy brethren here, their lives and thine were not revenge sufficient for me. No, if I digged up thy forefathers' graves and hung their rotten coffins up in chains, it could not slake mine ire, nor ease my heart. The sight of any of the house of York is as a fury to torment my soul. Until I root out their accursed line and leave not one alive, I live in hell. Therefore,
oh, let me pray before I take my death. To thee I pray, sweet Clifford, pity me.
such pity as my rapier's point affords,
I never did thee harm. Why wilt thou slay me?
thy father hath.
But 'twas ere I was born. Thou hast one son, for his sake pity me. Least in revenge thereof, since God is just, he be as miserably slain as I. Let me live in prison all my days. And when I give occasion of offense, then let me die, for now thou hast no cause.
No cause. Thy father slew my father, therefore die.
If I can't, I'll assume that he still do it.
Plantagenet, I come, Plantagenet, and this thy son's blood, cleaving to my blade, shall rust upon my weapon, till my blood, congealed with this, do make me wipe off both.
Exit. Act 1, Scene 4. Alarm. Enter Richard, Duke of York. The army of the Queen hath got the field. My uncles both are slain in rescuing me, and all my followers to the eager foe turn back and fly like ships before the wind, or lambs pursued by hunger-starved wolves. My sons, God knows what hath bechanced them. With this I know, they have demeaned themselves like men born to renown by life or death. 3 times did Richard make a lane to me, and thrice cried, "Courage, father, fight it out." And full as oft came Edward to my side with purple falchion painted to the hilt in blood of those that had encountered him. And when the hardiest warriors did retire, Richard cried, "Charge, and give no foot of ground," and cried, "A crown, or else a glorious tomb, a sceptre, or an earthly sepulchre." With this we charged again, but out, alas, we bogged again, as I have seen a swan with bootless laver swim against the tide and spend her strength with overmatching waves. A short alarm within. Ah, hark! The fatal followers do pursue, and I am faint and cannot fly their fury. And were I strong, I would not shun their fury. The sands are numbered that makes up my life. Here must I stay, and here my life must end. Enter the Queen, Clifford, Northumberland, the young prince and soldiers. Come, bloody Clifford, rough Northumberland, I dare your quenchless fury to more rage. I am your butt, and I abide your shot. Northumberland.
Is there a Northumberland?
Somebody
Yield to
take-
our mercy, proud Plantagenet.
Aye, to such mercy as his ruthless arm with downright payment showed unto my father. Now Fearton hath tumbled from his car and made an evening at the noontide prick.
My ashes as the phoenix may bring forth a bird that will revenge upon you all. And in that hope I throw mine eyes to heaven, scorning whate'er you can afflict me with. Why come you not? What, multitude and fear?
So cowards fight when they can fly no further. So doves do peck the falcon's piercing talons. So desperate thieves, all hopeless of their lives, breathe out invectives against the officers.
God. Oh, Clifford, but bethink thee once again, and in thy thought o'errun my former time. And if thou canst for blushing view this face, and bite thy tongue that slanders him with cowardice, whose frown hath made thee faint and fly ere this.
I will not bandy with thee word for word, but buckler with thee blows twice 2 for 1.
Hold valiant Clifford, for 1,000 causes I would prolong a while the traitor's life. Wrath makes him deaf. Speak thou, Northumberland.
Hold, Clifford. Do not honor him so much. To prick thy finger, though to wound his heart. What valor were it when a cur doth grin, for one to thrust his hand between his teeth, when he might spurn him with his foot away? It is war's prize to take all vantages, and 10 to 1 is no impeach of valor.
Aye, aye, so strives the woodcock with the gin.
So doth the coney struggle in the net.
So triumph thieves upon their conquered booty. So true men yield with robbers and are o'ermatched.
What would your grace have done unto him now?
Brave warriors, Clifford and Northumberland, come make him stand upon this molehill here, that rout at mountains with outstretched arms, yet parted but the shadow with his hand. What, was it you that would be England's king? Wast you that revelled in our parliament, and made a preachment of your high descent? Where are your mess of sons to back you now? The wanton Edward and the lusty George? And where's that valiant crook-back prodigy, Dicky, your boy, that with his grumbling voice was wont to cheer his dad in mutinies? Or with the rest, where is your darling Rutland? Look, York, I stained this napkin with the blood that valiant Clifford with his rapier's point made issue from the bosom of the boy. And if thine eyes can water for his death, I give thee this to dry thy cheeks withal. Alas, poor York, but that I hate thee deadly, I should lament thy miserable state. I prithee grieve to make me merry, York. What, hath thy fiery heart so parched thy entrails that not a tear can fall for Rutland's death? Why art thou patient, man? Thou shouldst be mad, and I to make thee mad do mock thee thus. Stamp, rave, and fret, that I may sing and dance. Thou wouldst be feed, I see, to make me sport. York cannot speak unless he wear a crown for York, and lords bow low to him. Hold you his hands while I do set it on. Ay, marry, sir, now looks he like a king. Ay, this is he that took King Henry's chair, and this is he was his adopted heir. But how is it that great Plantagenet is crowned so soon, and broke his solemn oath? As I bethink me, you should not be king till our King Henry had shook hands with death. And will you pale your head in Henry's glory, and rob his temples of the diadem now in his life, against your holy oath? Oh, 'tis a fault too unpardonable. Off with the crown, and with the crown his head, and whilst we breathe, take time to do him dead.
That is my office, for my father's sake.
Nay, stay, let's hear the orisons he makes.
She wolf of friends, but worsted wolves of friends.
I think that's Angus.
What?
I think that's Angus. That's York.
It has been.
Okay. Just
What?
trying to make sure I'm caught up. It said York. I'm sorry.
Kevin, you look ridiculous.
I realized that I had to switch from my I lost my my Wi-Fi and had to switch to my my laptop, which the camera's not working.
Let's go on, people. If you want to do York, you're welcome to it, Kevin.
Okay. I'll skip that. I just made a mistake. Thanks.
Oh, okay. She-wolf of France, but worse than wolves of France, whose tongue more poisons than the adder's tooth. How ill beseeming is it in thy sex to triumph like an Amazonian trull upon their woes, whom fortune captivates, but that thy face is visored like unchanging, made impudent with use of evil deeds. I would essay, proud queen, to make thee blush, to tell thee whence thou camest, of whom derived, were shame enough to shame thee, wert thou not shameless. Thy father bears the type of King of Naples, of both the Sicils and Jerusalem, yet not so wealthy as an English yeoman. Hath that poor monarch taught thee to insult? It needs not, nor it boots thee not, proud queen, unless the adage may be verified, that beggars mounted run their horse to death. 'Tis beauty that doth oft make women proud, but God, he knows thy share thereof is small. 'Tis virtue that doth make them most admired, the contrary doth make thee wondered at. 'Tis government that makes them seem divine, the want whereof makes thee abominable. Thou art as opposite to every good as the Antipodes art unto us, or as the South to the Septentrion. O tiger's heart wrapped in a woman's hide, how couldst thou drain the life-blood of the child to bid the father wipe his eyes withal, and yet be seen to bear a woman's face? Women are soft, mild, pitiful, and flexible. Thou, stern, obdurate, flinty, rough, remorseless, bidst thou me rage? Why, now thou hast thy wish, wouldst have me weep? Why, now thou hast thy will, for raging wind blows up incessant showers, and when the rage allays, the rain begins. These tears are my sweet Rutland's obsequies, and every drop cries vengeance for his death against thee, fell Clifford, and thee, false French woman.
Shrew me, but his passion moved me so that hardly can I check my eyes for tears.
That face of his, the hungry cannibals would not have touched, would not have stained with blood. But you are more inhuman than more inexorable, oh, 10 times more than tigers of Hyrcania. See, ruthless queen, oh, hapless father's tears. This cloth thou dipst in blood of my sweet boy, and I with tears do wash the blood away. Keep thou the napkin, and go boast of this, and if thou tell'st the heavy story right upon my soul, the hearers will shed tears. Yea, even my foes will shed fast falling tears, and say, alas, it was a pitiful deed. There, take the crown, and with the crown my curse. And in thy need such comfort come to thee as I now reap at thy too cruel hand. Hard-hearted Clifford, take me from the world, my soul to heaven, my blood upon your heads.
Oh, had he been slaughterman to all my kin, I should not for my life but weep for him, to see how in sorrow gripes his soul.
Why, weeping ripe, my lord Northumberland? Think but upon the wrong he did us all, and that will quickly dry thy melting tears.
Here's for my oath, here's for my father's death.
And here's to right our gentle-hearted king.
Open thy gate of mercy, gracious God. My soul flies through these wounds to seek out thee.
Off with his head, and set it on York's gate, so York may overlook the town of York.
Flourish, exit, Act 2, Scene 1. A march, enter Edward, Richard, and their power.
I wonder how our princely father scaped, or whether he be scaped away or no from Clifford's and Northumberland's pursuit. Had he been ta'en, we should have heard the news. Had he been slain, we should have heard the news. Or had he escaped, methinks we should have heard the happy tidings of his good escape. How fares my brother? Why is he so sad?
What page are we on?
30.
Page 30. Richard,
I tried to set the size, and it took
no,
me
just
back
get
to the
on with
beginning.
it. Please, just continue the talk, continue the script.
What page again? 30?
Page 30, Act 2, Scene 1, second speech. Richard.
Thank you. Sorry, these are unforeseen.
Turn off the camera.
Camera is off.
The strange looking cat is
Yeah,
disturbing.
I'm afraid you'll have to deal with it.
Your cue line, Kevin, is how fares my brother? Why is he so sad?
I cannot joy until I be resolved. Where our right valiant father is become, I saw him in the battle range about, and watched him, how he singled Clifford forth. Methought he bore him in the thickest troop, as doth a lion in the herd of neat, or as a bear encompassed round with dogs, who have pinched a few and made them cry. The rest stand all aloof and bark at him. So far our father with his enemies, so fled his enemies, my warlike father. Methinks 'tis prize enough to be his son. See how the morning opes her golden gates, and takes her farewell of the glorious sun. How well resembles it the prime of my youth, trimmed like a yonker, prancing to his love.
Cough not up a furball, brother. Dazzle mine eyes, or do I see 3 suns?
3 glorious suns, each one a perfect sun, not separated with the racking clouds, but severed in a pale, clear shining sky. See, they join, embrace, and seem to kiss, as if they fathom league inviolable. Now are they but one lamp, one sun. In this, the heaven figures some event.
'Tis wondrous strange, the like yet never heard of. I think it cites us, brother, to the field, that we, the sons of brave Plantagenet, each one already blazing by our mead, should notwithstanding join our lights together, and overshine the earth as this the world, whate'er it bodes. Henceforward will I bear upon my target 3 fair shining suns.
Richard?
And they bear thee daughters. Fuck.
3 daughters. Ha.
By your leave I speak it. By the love breeder better than the male. But
Enter one blowing.
But what art thou, whose heavy looks foretell some dreadful story hanging on thy tongue?
Ah, one that was a woeful looker on, when as the noble Duke of York was slain, your princely father and my loving lord.
Oh, speak no more, for I have heard too much.
Environed he was with many foes, and
Now
stood
say
against
how
them.
he will die, for I will hear it all.
Environed he was with many foes, and
Hey,
stood against
stop.
them.
Stop. You're
What?
reading the messenger's lines. That's Paul.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's okay. Environed he was with many foes, and stood against them as the hope of Troy against the Greeks that would have entered Troy. But Hercules himself must yield to odds, and many strokes, though with a little axe, hews down and fells the hardest timbered oak. By many hands your father was subdued, but only slaughtered by that ireful arm of unrelenting Clifford, and the queen, who crowned the gracious duke in high despite, laughed in his face, and when with grief he wept, the ruthless queen gave him to dry his cheeks a napkin steeped in the harmless blood of sweet young Rutland, by rough Clifford slain. And after many scorns, many foul taunts, they took his head, and on the gates of York they set the same, and there it doth remain, the saddest spectacle that e'er I viewed.
Sweet Duke of York, our prop to lean upon. Now thou art gone, we have no staff, no stay. Oh, Clifford, boisterous Clifford, thou hast slain the flower of Europe for his chivalry, and treacherously hast thou vanquished him. For hand to hand he would have vanquished thee. Now my soul's palace is become a prison. Ah, would she break from hence, that this my body might in the ground be closed up and rest? For never henceforth shall I joy again, never, oh never, shall I see more joy.
I cannot weep, for all my body's moisture scarce serves to quench my furnace burning heart, nor can my tongue unload my heart's great burthen. For selfsame wind I should speak with holes foul my breast, burns me up with flames, the tear quench. To weep is to make less the depth of my grief. Tears then for babes, blows and revenge for me. Richard, I bear thy name. I'll venge thy death, or die renowned by attempting it.
His name that valiant Duke hath left with thee, his dukedom and his chair with me is left.
Nay, if thou be the Prince Eagle's bird, shrew thy descent by gazing 'gainst the sun. For Clare and dukedom, throne and kingdom, say either that is thine, or else thou wert not his.
March sounds. Enter Warwick, Marquis of Montague, and their army.